TLDC, the training, learning, and development community. Oh my gosh, I am somewhat disheveled. I just dropped my son off at school. Hi, Bobby. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining in today. I think I see, let's see, I think Kim is here. Tanacha, are you here too? And um, Michelle Johnson. Yeah, same here. Like it's Friday as well. And I kind of wish it was, but um, oh well. So thanks, Kim. I am, yeah. Hey, Joe, how's it going? My schedule's changed for this year because usually I could do 8 a.m. broadcast, but as you can see, I'm doing something at 8:30, and it's because my son is now in fourth grade, and I have to have him at school by 8:15, and so I walk him real quick over to it's just a 5-minute walk away, but walk him to school and then walk back. But we usually leave it around 8 o'clock. So going forward, I'll probably be doing 8:30ish events. And so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, oh, looks like Cindy is here. This is great. Yes, Kim. How did it happen? Fourth grade, and he is such a fine fella. I just love the heck out of that kid. He is so incredible. But yeah, one of these days I want to show him off because I just think he is the best. All right, so he's 9. He's 9 years old. Let me go on and no, he's much better than me. I am going to share my screen because I have some slides, and really all I want to share my screen. Here we go. Just whipped up some Google slides so we can talk about this community discussion. So let me start off with, if anybody ever wants to do a community discussion and just to try to get people together and have a talk about whatever, let me know. I am just open to it. I have this platform, and ideally at some point, people will just be willing to freely use it whenever they need to. We used to do it a lot more often before, but there's been more focus for me anyway on building events, which I think has been really, really helpful for the community overall. So, but if during the week, if you want to be able to reach this audience and just do something, as you can see, we don't get a ton of live participants typically, but sometimes we do. Anyway, let me give you some updates about what is going on for the rest of 2023, just because there have been some things that, some interesting things that have kind of come up. We wrapped up a couple weeks ago AIDC 23, the Accessible and Inclusive Design Conference. It was absolutely fantastic. Cindy, you're in the audience. Thank you so much for helping, and definitely key in making that as wonderful a virtual event as it was. I literally, I think the following week I was really almost, I had to really just take a break from a lot of stuff because I had absorbed so much that week, and it was, I don't know why it was so intense. And we wrapped up with the keynote. I mean, with Michelle, oh, I can't remember Michelle's last name, but the final speaker that we have, Cindy, help me out if you can, but she was absolutely amazing. And I've been sharing that recording with family and friends, but overall, just every single session was phenomenal. I think definitely one of the best events TLDC did, and it was an excellent topic. And as you can see, we had 939 registrations. The number of sessions was bigger than anything we've ever produced in the past, and for AIDC, definitely the biggest AIDC. And we probably could have had more register for the event, but I just a lot of it is just simply word of mouth, and I don't have a marketing team or anything that I can use to just get out there and hammer folks to show up to this free event. If we did that, I think we'd sell out every single time. So I actually kind of tone it down because I want to make sure that I like the word of mouth thing, because it's people that show up are people that are interested. 2 places for the recordings, have them on the AIDC.com website. You can get to it from there. And then also I upload these to another sort of independent server that I have access to. You can see that link there, videos www.thetldc.com. That one, if you don't have like YouTube Premium and you don't use ad blockers or anything like that, you just want to be able to have an ad-free experience, you can go to that website and watch them. You'll probably need to use Chrome to do captions if you need that, because that particular platform, their captions don't work very well, and also it's an additional cost that I'm not willing to pay for since they don't work that well. And then I'll also be putting them on the tldc.com website. I just haven't had time yet. They're going to be listed there because then I can also include the transcripts. And there are a select few that I really want to be able to make podcast versions of, because they deserve to be out there, including, Cindy, thank you, Jessica Michaels. So Jessica Michaels is one of my highlights of that event. Just absolutely fantastic. And I don't want the conversation to stop about accessible and inclusive design. So I know we had a couple changes in the schedule that week. Like Elizabeth Beals and her colleague Stacy, they had to cancel because of an emergency, and then I think I had another reschedule from Rebecca. I know Lisa Spurko is going to be coming on. I have to get back to Lisa by email, but that conversation is something that needs to be a regular part of our rotation, just because it should be. And so you'll see more conversations about accessibility and inclusion, and of course, DEI, things like that are just going to continue to be a part of what we do here. So thank you for supporting. Light bulb Joe. Chrome captions, yes. I need to learn how to do that, because I don't even know how to do Chrome captions. But I know that even as I've gotten older, I actually really like captions. I like captions. When we watch movies, we actually have, my wife and I have captions going now, just because we sometimes need to keep the volume down if my son is asleep or something. So captions really help. Settings, okay, excellent. I'll check that out. I'll probably turn them on today. All right, so AIDC 23, fabulous success. Thank you, everybody. So great. And also, I've been hammered by messaging and email, so I am not getting back to people quick at all, because I've had so many things, and especially formatting the recordings and getting all that done, that took a bunch of time, but hopefully I'll get back to people on things soon. Next one, AI Labs. And that's supposed to happen September 20th through the 22nd. Cindy, I changed the dates on those, by the way. There is an AirMeet instance up, and the plan is, and I think this is going to work. There are 3 days of sessions. We're going to have like full-length presentations, lightning style sessions, which are going to be like tips and tricks that I'm hoping that community members will just come in and say, hey, here's something that I do that really helps me. This is how I create scripts. This is how I, storyboard something using ChatGPT, just some easy stuff. I'm hoping that we can have a bunch of those, because I know people are using it regularly in their work. Although I did read yesterday at my day job at O'Reilly that I think only it's less than 20% of the U.S. actually even uses anything related to AI. So it's just this hardcore 18% that's really into it. But still, it's super useful, and I use it all the time for summarizing and different things like that. I might even do a quick presentation because I find it so useful. And then there is a link on the screen, which I don't remember. This doesn't. Yeah, that's not going to push it out. Let me post this, because if you have anything at all that, grab this. Oh, there it goes. It went to no. Here, I can paste this in chat. If you have any ChatGPT or AI tips, any tools, things like that you might use that you want to share, fill out the survey. Let's get you on the program, even if it just takes 5 minutes. Would love to see what you have there. Cindy, yes, I am open to vendor presentations, but I'm actually asking them to be sponsors, because since they're selling something, I think that this event would get completely inundated with vendors if we didn't have a different category. So $200 sponsorship. It's super. It's I mean it's really that's really cheap for what we're doing. And I do have a sponsorship page, which I probably should have. I'm gonna paste that in here. It is really cheap, and it's great value for the money. I already have a couple, and I think it's just going to quietly be very, very, very cool for whoever does sign up for it. But I do need to keep that separation of people that are, that are selling stuff, and they're going to get a full session, 45, 60-minute session to demo their product, and then also have a booth in the expo, a virtual booth in the expo, and and then get the branding. It is good. I mean, I'm back in the old days at the place that I used to work. I used to sell these things for at least $1,000 a pop easily, and but mostly I want to just make sure that we have that separation, because I want people to know, that if it's a product being sold, they need to know that. Let me see. What else do I have here? And this last item, as a time capsule, I think that it's going to be interesting to track the impact that AI is going to have on L&D. And so this event, for me, the exciting part of it is saying, here is this thing that we did at September of 2023. And then next fall, if we do another one, we can look back and say, here's where we were then. How different is it now? And I think that it's really, really, I think that'll be really, really interesting. All right, let me just check out the chat really quick. Yes, thank you, Joe. And thanks, Cindy. Love it. Let's see. Do I have anything else to say about AI Labs? All I really want is just hopefully to get more people involved, because I do want to make sure that people aren't afraid, or they use AI productively. I was going to say not afraid of using it, but there are things, AI is still something that we really got to watch out for, I believe, but it can really, really help your workflow and your productivity, I think. So hopefully this will help people along. And, there's some things that might be repetitive or that are time consuming, or things that you're not great at that you might want that AI can really help you with. It can be a fantastic tool. Okay, so, and then I'm thinking later this fall about doing a talent development event, and I wanted to get your folks' feedback on that, because I am not good at this at all. Like, the relationship between talent development and instructional design, and and how higher ed fits in there, and all of that stuff. Like, that's something that I need to learn, and I would love to get a better handle on. And I'm thinking, hey, why not just ask a bunch of people to talk about it, and get the answers? What do you think about that? So maybe just drop something in chat and let me know, because I think that'd be really fun. Just collectively as a group, questions we have. ATD, the Association of Talent Development, they made the change, how many ever years ago, from ASTD and all of that. But like, how can we define it a little better to help people out there, help our community out there understand, and and just make sure that we know where kind of what the differences and where the similarities are, the overlaps. There's I wrote down there things I was thinking about: strategy, measurement, methods, coaching, onboarding, all that stuff. I know those are elements of talent development, and how is that different from other places, like even in working for government, or working of course in higher ed, or different things like that. So let me go back here. I want to answer a couple questions here. Oh, Kim is asking about Canva. Possibly, I think that there are so many people that would potentially sponsor this AI event, but I'm afraid to actually even chase after people because then I think, well, I actually don't even have time for it. So I'm just looking for help with that. But it'd be cool to have Canva on there for sure. Um, let's see. Okay, Tanach is saying if someone does a demo of how they leverage AR, would be awesome. That's what I hope the whole event is going to be about. Pretty much is just helping each other because rather than just do an event where everyone's just talking about the implications of AI or sort of some specifics about how you can use AI with storyline and just have like 6 1-hour sessions talking about that. I just want people just to share, that's why the lightning rounds really appeal to me because I would love to just see lots of little demos from people. And I think that's happening because we have a few submissions already and I think it's going to be really, really neat. All right. So, and about talent development, not too broad. Thank you, Joe, because then it captures different topics and angles. This one will take a whole different type of level of organization for the event because I do think that there has to be a more strategic way of pulling this one together. So whoever the advisory group is going to be with this, there are going to be some primaries on it. So Joe, if you're interested, whoever is out there, just let me know. I would appreciate the help, but we're going to cap this one so that it's not too so it isn't too many cooks in the kitchen, I guess. Let's see. I know it's true, Kim. Could just do an event on onboarding, but I think that a big part of the audience for TLDC is still a lot of the transitioning teachers, a lot of people that are just coming into this space. So I think it'd be helpful to have something like this for them, as well as for the intermediate and advanced folks, that might just are looking for some specifics. I love it. This is great. This is the conversation is going already. Bobby is saying a skills approach to TV and how to design around that from onboarding to everboarding. See, this is good. So let's think about it. After we wrap up here, maybe let me think about putting together. I can probably create a channel in Slack and maybe we can start collaborating there, and I'll build a mural board. All right, so it looks like that can be a go. Oh, I do have one other. There's a person that I also met recently. I was connected with that. It was actually a company that that is also. It was kind of a what would the word be? Because I had been thinking about this, and then I ended up speaking with them, just a kind of a random meeting, and it was very fortuitous. And so I'm looking forward to introducing them to you because it's this guy Jeremy and his company. I can't even remember what the company's name is, but they just have their priorities are they're more of a values-based company, as am I as a community organizer. So I think that they align well with what we do. Anyway, now I feel like I'm rambling. Let's go to the next one, ID&D. So this one, this one is kind of crazy, and I don't know, maybe many of you may not have heard about what's going on with this one, but I made a, thank you for that, Kim, made a kind of a fake website because Don Metcalf and I had been talking, and you may or may not know that I have been playing Dungeons and Dragons since I was a kid, I think I started playing it. Let's see, when did I meet my best friend, Robert Reyes? Was that in 6th grade? Or maybe it was 7th grade when we started playing. But let me share this. This is what the website looks like. Oops, here we go. Screen. Oops. There we go. Let me share this one again. And I got less than 10 minutes ago. Okay. All right. Here is my website that I built while I was on my lunch the other day. So again, I've always had a love for this game. I've been more focused. I love the storytelling part of it. And then, I was a comic book geek, so I used to collect comics. I just all that stuff. And so somehow I'm just lucky enough to have a 9-year-old that is also completely infatuated with this, not so much comic books, but with fantasy genre. He's a LARPer. He does all of this. So this has again come full circle. It's back in my life. And, he is constantly reading. He goes through books like crazy. I mean, he's a 9-year-old, just crazy reader, and he loves this stuff. So it's really, really fun for me to put something like this. So the intersection of education, instructional design, and role-playing games. Let me put the link here. So if you look at this, I actually built out, fake speakers. Got Lysandra Star Whisper, Gornak the Red. He's a student. Just these different characters, pulled all this stuff off the web. But I have a legit schedule of some really, really good topics, and 3 days worth. There was one guy on LinkedIn who said he'd been trying for like 4 minutes to sign up for this event and realized that he didn't realize it was fake. There's some good stuff in here. And yeah, check it out. It's amazing. Now, I'm not looking for people to actually do these sessions. It'd be wonderful if some did. And I do actually have some people that are stepping in to take on sessions and do that. So I don't know. I don't think that I can actually produce a 3-day event with for on D&D and instructional design, but this is a for real thing. So if you're interested in this, let me know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I do have, let me go back. Joe, you could, and here's my, yes, Kim. Sorry, I'm like jumping back and forth. Let me just say real quick, Kim, one of the somebody who really wants to support this event is Christy Tucker. And she even submitted a character already. But and Joe, you don't have to be into D&D to have fun with this. I think that's the whole goal of it. It's really going to be pretty just, I have no clue what's going to happen. Sorry, let me unshare and go back to my slides here. I do think more than anything, I want it to be fun. And I forgot how this works. Oh, cancel. I need to go back to my slides. There it goes. Wow, that's a small button. I need to remember that. All right, back to here. Interesting question, Summer. I think that your coworker would be okay playing D&D. I think so. Because so much of it is storytelling, and I think that with an effective, dungeon master or game master, as long as they were properly describing what is going on, I think it'd be just wonderful. All right, so let me go back to this. The reality of it'd be a 2-day event. I would want to gamify it, real sessions. I think with the amount of traffic that I'm getting on LinkedIn, which is really wacky, it's going to be, might be a sizable thing. I do think that people are really, really looking for something different. And this is different. And, and I do know that there are other organizations out there that keep a close eye on TLDC to see what kind of stuff we're doing and build, their programming accordingly. At least that's what I've been told from other people. And so this one is going to throw people for a loop. And I want to mention that Dawn Metcalf is definitely helping with this one. And she is an author and a fantasy author and a LARPer and gamer and all of that stuff. So I think that'll be fun. But here's the thing that I want to throw out there. In Dungeons and Dragons, to get to, to level up, you have to you have to get experience points, which basically means you have to do certain things. You have to, you know, combat. You have to defeat monsters. You have to find treasure. You have to, you know, uh, figure out puzzles or solve puzzles, do different things. You get experience points. You get from, you go from first level to second level to third level, different things like that. One way I was thinking about gamifying this, and maybe even a way to get sponsors, is to say everyone starts out at first level, but during the course of the event, if you want to get to the next level, you have to, like, say, read this article on Christy Tucker's blog, or join this other community. It doesn't have to be TLDC, some other useful community that is out there for L&D. Join that. Do all these different things throughout the event to get to a certain level. And then at the end of the event, host, some different sessions or something for people that have reached a particular level. But I think that make sure that people are learning during the event by saying, here is, instead of battling monsters, or the monsters that you have to defeat is this blog post that Clark Quinn wrote, that type of thing. So let me know what you think about that. Or sign up for one of Joe Cook's webinars, to be able to get to this next level. But I just don't know how we can make sure that people do the things that we'd want them to do to get to, if it's just going to be an honor system, or if we'd have some kind of, I don't know, some way of figuring that out. But what do you think about that idea? Okay. Yes, Kim, that's a great way of putting it. Virtual quests that are L&D related, because I think, join Megan Torrance's XAPI group, because it's free. All this stuff should be free. And that gets you to another level. And I think that would just help people be productive while attending this event and be sort of gamified. So let me know what you think of that. I think it's kind of cool. And, and I know posting this, I don't talk to Clark Quinn much, but he actually messaged me to say that he wanted to get involved with this. So that it's getting some attention when Clark wants to jump in. Yeah, something like that, Kim. Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, I want it to be unique, but I think that it should be practical, and I want people to be able to I want it to be fun, and I want people to also know that that it's just helping them be better, just all around. Like, why not just don't do it about D&D? Might as well just gamify all of it. And there's lots of free resources out there. I don't know, have people, like, you want to, if you want experience points, then add one more example to your portfolio, and just things like that. Yeah, there you go, Summer. Thank you. Yes, a side quest agenda or something. Yeah, I totally agree. All right. So, and, again, this one, I think this one might even go, I think I have it like possibly for October. And it's one of those events that I think we just have to dive into and do, and like keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. But I think that it would be a lot of fun. I think that, that it'll help people. And that's really like the point of all of these, is I always think about that first. It's just how much can it help? So that's it. And yeah, since Joe's leaving, I better close out this session, right? No, and actually that is it for me. I just wanted to share this. So, if any of you have any feedback, I know that, yeah, you're welcome, Bobby. There are some folks Clea. There you go. Clea actually has something in the AI labs already that Clea submitted. So thank you so much for that, Clea. I see that you're in. Kathy Z, Sam, go to tldchat.us. If you're not already part of our Slack group, if you want, message me with any questions. I'm looking forward to seeing it, Clea. It sounds good. And I love the title. Yeah. if you can check out everybody over in Slack, message me if you have any questions. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and if you have any want to submit any AI tips and tricks, link is somewhere up in chat. Please do it. And I'm just going to keep on chipping away at this. If you know anybody that wants to sponsor, let me know. We actually have a limited amount. I think I can only take like maybe 6 sponsors because I don't want it to be the whole event to be full of vendors. But it's a good opportunity for people that are willing to take the time to do it. All right, everybody. I'm going to close out. Thanks, everyone. And next week, I think Vanessa Alzadi is coming. We have more member profiles or member showcases coming our way. Have a good one. Bye.